What's going on, guys? Welcome back to today's video. And in this one, we're going to be going over the Georgia Tech matchup. Man, can you guys believe it is already week 13? We're in the final week of the season, of the regular season. And man, this season has just flown by. Sorry for making the video so late. I know the game is tomorrow, but I had to get my prediction out for this game. Rivalry week. Georgia Tech, we didn't get to play them last year due to COVID, so it's been 2 years since this game's been played. Georgia has won this game, I think, the last 4 or 5 seasons, and I believe 2016 was the last year we lost to them. It was Kirby's first year. I think I might be wrong. Allows a lot of first teams, first losses we've had. Tennessee beat us that year. I believe Vandy beat us that year. That's the last time those two teams beat us. And I believe Georgia Tech was one of those because we lost 5 games in the regular season. I know we lost to Florida. And I'm sure we lost to some other nobodies. There's no telling. I think Ole Miss was one of them as well. But anyway, so Georgia Tech, Georgia, man. You know, I'm so excited about this game. You know, it's at 12 o'clock. Obviously, this game's always at 12. But this rivalry is really not one of my big games I like to watch. Like, it's not like one of the rivalry games where I get pumped for this game because Georgia Tech has not been that great. They've never been great since I've been watching football. I don't think they've ever been ranked when we played them since I've been watching football. But some of the other rivalry games I take more pride in beating is Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee. And those 3 games I really care about. Now, I know South Carolina and Tennessee have been on the lower side, but those are the 3 big SEC East rivalries that I care about. And Auburn has kind of slowly got into that group too. Used to, I really didn't care about the Auburn game that much, but I started to care about it more. But yeah, Georgia Tech, guys, it's crazy, man. Final week of the season. Let's get it. All right. I do have some notes before I get into this. Right, I meant to make this video an hour ago. Iowa was losing 21-6 to Nebraska. And I checked it before I made this video. I just started filming, and this was an hour ago. They're now winning 28-21. They have went on a 22-point comeback in the last hour. Iowa's ranked 16th. They're trying to finish 10-2. Really good year for Iowa. But yeah, Nebraska was up 21-6 at one point. Now it's 28-21. I kind of got sidetracked doing something else, and yeah, I came back in a whole different ball game. I also wrote down number 4 Cincinnati versus East Carolina. Games at 3:50. Obviously, they haven't started. Cincinnati's on top 6-3 right now. Cincinnati is looking to go perfect this for 2 years in a row. They're trying to have 2 back-to-back perfect seasons, which is honestly that's awesome. It's very hard to go undefeated back-to-back seasons like that. And so, yeah, Cincinnati probably gonna make the playoff, and that's awesome. I'm glad to see a group of 5 team finally get into the playoff. I know I probably have bashed Cincinnati on this channel. I probably said they weren't gonna make the playoff, but with Oklahoma losing and with Michigan more likely going to lose this Saturday, Cincinnati's in. And I hate to say it, but Notre Dame might slip in too. I hope they don't, but it honestly might be Georgia, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. That literally might be the playoff. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, that's just 2 easy wins for Georgia and Ohio State. So Georgia would obliterate Notre Dame, and Ohio State would probably obliterate Cincinnati. I don't know. You never know. It's college football, but that would be awesome to see. But yeah, and let's get into this video. Georgia Tech 3-8. Geoff Collins. Look, Georgia Tech was had some promising to them. They had a little bit of a promise to them at first year Collins was there. Now, since then, it's just fallen off the tracks. That's all I can say. It has. I mean, Jeff Sims. I actually follow him on Instagram because I've been following him since his recruitment. Jeff Sims is a good quarterback. I've always liked him. He has kind of struggled this year. He's kind of gave me the Emory Jones vibe at Florida a little bit. He's struggled, but I still think he's a good athlete. And the same thing with Yates. I believe it's T.J. Yates or J.J. Yates. I think it's T.J. But the Yates quarterback, he's also good too. He's shown some flash. They're both great athletes, and I believe they both can be great quarterbacks or good quarterbacks. But it all comes down to recruiting for Georgia Tech. You have to recruit at a high level. You're in the state of Georgia. There's so much talent in this state that Georgia's getting that talent. And that talent's going everywhere, all over the country. There's Georgia players at Clemson. There's so many players at Alabama, Miami, Florida State, Clemson, South Carolina. There's Georgia players everywhere. There's so much talent in the state. And for Georgia Tech, they have to start. You really need to get those players in Atlanta. You really need to get them to stay home. And, and I know it's hard because they want to go play for a team that has potential of winning, whether it be Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, whatever, Ohio State, no matter what. These players want to win and be successful to get into the next level. And so, it is really hard to recruit in the state of Georgia because you have to go compete against Georgia. Now, there's also the grade index at Georgia Tech. They ask for a Pacific standard for recruiting. That's on them. But hey, it's what it is. Georgia Tech does have a really good running back too. He will not be successful against the Dogs defense. I don't care what anybody says. He will not. He might get 50, 75 rushing yards. That'd be about it, if that. I don't see any explosive plays from Georgia Tech. I don't see anything like that. Like I said, this team's 3-8. They have struggled all year. Notre Dame beat the bejeebus out of them last week. And we're probably going to get a very similar score this week as well. The over-under for this game is 54 points. Georgia is favored by 35. Now, will they cover that spread? I hope so. I have a feeling they will not cover that spread. I believe Georgia is going to win the game, but I believe this game, Georgia Tech is in the tier with Charleston Southern, UAB. They're in that tier. That's where they're at. Now, both those games was the exact same score, 56-7. So, I don't know. It could be a very similar score. Georgia Tech, I just don't see Georgia Tech have much offense in this game. I don't. Are they going to explode for 14, 17, 21 points? I don't see it. I just don't. However, I will give them 10 points. That's the sweet spot. I'm giving them 10 points. I think Georgia's going to win this game. I believe Georgia Tech has no way to win the game. I just don't see it happening. You would have to have a miracle game out of either Sims or Yates, and you would have to be able to run the ball efficiently for all 4 quarters. And you might can run the ball for a quarter, but Georgia is one of the best teams at settling down and getting ready and fixing things that they're broken at mid game. And a lot of teams can't do that. Georgia's pretty good at that. They've always been a second half team, except when playing in Alabama. So this is what it is. But they've always been a first half team against Bama. It's flipped for some reason. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But Georgia's always been a great second half team, and they're always good at correcting errors mid game. So that's good. So this game could be 21-10, 21-7 at the half, 24-7 at the half. But I think Georgia ended up winning the game. My gut's telling me 45-10. But I would like to see this game get into the 50s. I would like to see like 52, 55, nothing type ball game. That's what I would like to see. But realistically, I think Georgia Tech's going to score. Like I said in the Charleston Southern game, that game should have been a shutout. But But you saw that what happened. So, final score 52-10. Peace.